Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Advance. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get straight into this topic here today. So as you guys know, I've been saying for the longest time, for those of you who follow this channel, that this whole LeBron James, Michael Jordan GOAT debate is made up of a bunch of smoke and mirrors. If you followed my channel for even one year, you would know this, right? I said that it was something that was done to generate clicks and views. It was something that was done to make money. And Michael Jordan, in his most recent comments, basically gave everything that I've been saying all these years credibility, because Michael Jordan said the same thing. He said, this is done for marketing. There's no reality in this conversation, right? And I've been saying that. So when you see all of these people in media trying to have these debates and all of this, it's just either for money, ratings. You see sports publications coming up with these rankings. It's all to promote this nonsense, to have a conversation. And I've never believed it because we've had too much evidence of a lot of the people that try to push this debate, of them in the past saying otherwise. Too much. It's hard to find true Jordan fans just saying all of a sudden, oh, I think LeBron is bad. It just doesn't happen. But there's so many examples of this in media. So as you guys know, Stephen A. Smith is having is back and forth with Jason Whitlock, and now Jason Whitlock is talking to different people with Cam Newton, and I saw him talking to Kwame Brown yesterday. He spoke to Marcellus Wiley. So there's a lot going on there. But yesterday he did a sit-down interview with Marcellus Wiley came on the show, rather, for a long time. And they talked about a lot of things, pretty interesting stuff. Marcellus kind of pushed back with some of the things that Jason Whitlock had to say about Stephen A. Smith and his career and all of that. You guys can go watch it. I thought it was an interesting back and forth that they had. But anyway, at one point, Jason Whitlock is talking about how people are put in certain positions and how fake narratives are created. And at one point in the conversation, Jason Whitlock came out and said plainly that even this whole LeBron James thing and Michael Jordan, he said he doesn't believe anybody out there that is talking about LeBron is better than Michael Jordan believes it. He doesn't believe it. He said that most of these people are just up here lying and playing a role and a character to make money. And I'm like, I told you so. But before I even get into what Whitlock had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. All right, guys, it's that time of the year. The playoff push is on. Tournament hoops are in full swing. And there's no better way to cash in if you're right on all the clutch buckets and slam dunks than Prize Picks, where it's always good to be right. I finally jumped into their Team Picks feature, and I have no idea why I waited this long. First time I tried it, I was picking game winners and totals on basketball, and I actually came out right on my first one. But even more than that, watching the game just hits different. Every bucket, every run, every late game stop actually meant something. And here's what makes it even better. It's not just individual games. On Prize Picks, you can pick who cuts down the nets, who wins the whole thing, who takes home the MVP, tournament, playoffs, even the international baseball tournament. You can call your own shot on all of it and cash in if you're right. Team Picks are live right now in 35 states. That's California, Texas, Georgia, Washington, and more, all in the same Prize Picks app you already know. Download the Prize Picks apps today and pick your first game winner, spread, or total as the playoff push rolls on, and get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup when you use code CLNS. That's code CLNS to get $50 in daily fantasy lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks is good to be right. All right, cool. So what we want to do is I want to play what Jason Whitlock had to say and his reasoning behind it, and then I want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Jason Whitlock here.
And everything from the undefeated to speak for yourself to what I'm doing now was about like, no. Trust me. We can define the conversation, and we can create a conversation that's better, more healthy, puts everybody, black, white, just athletics, in a better position, asking the right questions. And Stephen A. and ESPN said, no, we want a dumb, low-level conversation, and so we want you on air. Is Michael Jordan better than LeBron? Is LeBron better than Michael? And we'll just do that every day, over and over and over again. Everybody already knows the answer. Everybody's just playing a gimmick and a role. I don't believe Shannon Sharpe authentically believes LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. I don't believe anybody authentically believes that. And that's not me trying to take a dump on LeBron. It's just like, hey, man, the guy won 6 titles and, out of 6, and just the resume speaks for itself. But that's my complaint with Stephen A. He's degraded the conversation, and he puts black people in a limited position where we never get to define the conversation. All we do is react.
So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? Look, guys, I've been saying this. This is not a surprise to me. Even your Nick Wrights and all of this, you can pull up old tweets of him saying things that way he was promoting Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Shannon Sharpe, the same thing. Most of these guys are just doing it because, number one, it's either what they're being told by the networks that they work for. Oh, we got to talk about this. You've even heard people like Paul Pierce say, man, when I work for ESPN, we always got to talk about LeBron. We always got to talk about the Lakers. It's all manufactured. All of it. I told you guys this. It's rare that you can see somebody that's a Michael Jordan fan and a LeBron fan, that they don't match. They don't match. It's hard to even see a Kobe Bryant and LeBron fan. They don't match. You can see Kobe fans that say, I think LeBron is a great player, although some will say he's not, and vice versa. But to say that, oh, I like them as much, no, as equally, it's nonsense. And I've been saying this. A lot of these people are just out here playing a role, trying to make some damn money. And if it means that they will have fake debates on TV, they'll do so. Bleacher Report has turned themselves into a troll company where all they do is troll by putting out ridiculous rankings, and they're just doing it for trolling and getting people to talk. Even their top 15 greatest scores of all time was a troll ranking. But nevertheless, they put it out because they knew it would get people riled up. This is what it is. It's for money. And Jordan said it. This is for marketing. And now you have someone who worked in the industry for a long time and knows the ins and outs and how the game is really played, who knows what goes on behind the curtains, telling you the exact same thing. I told y'all this for years. Some people viewed it, oh, no, you're hating. No, man. I'm like, no, what are we debating here? What are we debating? We did a show yesterday. I brought up a point. Some people liked it. I'm going to bring it up again. The whole conversation now about why, for example, LeBron is on Jordan's level is longevity. This is madness. This is madness. If you look at their peaks, LeBron was never able to reach Jordan's peak. He's been able to sustain a certain level of excellence, but he never reached the peak. So how is he better than Jordan? At their best, Jordan was better. At their best. And all of these other things are just personal milestones. These are not team accomplishments. These are just personal stuff that you're accumulating all throughout the way, and none of it really leads to any team success. None of it really leads to any winning, like scoring 10 points a game and holding that record for God. What does that have to do with winning basketball games? So this is what the conversation is shifted into, and sadly, a lot of people that follow basketball have been bamboozled into thinking that what these people are saying on TV, they actually believe, when in reality, they don't. They don't. Some of these people can't get the concept in their brain that, wait, people can go on TV and lie for money. Yes, they can do that. They can do that. People can put on a mask and put on a clown suit to make some money. Yes, some people can do that. Sorry to break it to you. Half of these guys that are out here saying this don't believe this. And I've heard it from so many people that are within the circles of these people. They said no one in the background believes this. Even general managers have said it, that no one in the NBA community believes LeBron is on Jordan's level. No one. They think internally, they think it's a joke, but outside they'll try to make it seem like it's something real. Internally, no one believes this. Why do you think when you have all of these Bleacher Report rankings and you have these guys going on ESPN and the Fox and all of it, but then whenever you sit down NBA players, you ask them, who rank Kobe Bryant? They always rank Kobe ahead. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the players always say one thing, but then the people in media say something different? Because LeBron is active. He's been playing, so it makes more sense to compare him to Michael Jordan. When Kobe was winning those back-to-back titles in the late 2000s, they were comparing him to Michael Jordan. We have videos of this. And saying, is he better than... Like, come on, we know this already. Now, younger fans don't know this because they don't know. But this is what was going on, and this is the truth. And that's what Whitlock is talking about. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, Leave it in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. And I'm out. Peace.